Hey guys, KY Beast here. It's been a little bit, but we're going to do a cooking video. We're going to do it's upside down. We're going to do a pork tenderloin. So for my start, I'm just going to obviously cut it open and get it out of the package. And now I'm going to take my meat and I'm going to rinse it under water. Cold or hot, doesn't really matter. So you just want to make sure you get it really rinsed. This one apparently was split in two, which doesn't make a difference. Now we're going to take our knife and we're just going to make some slits down the middle so that when we put our spices and our rubs and stuff like that, it can all get in there into the meat and get a good flavor. Mom, I don't think you realize that this is actually cut in half. Yep, so it's actually going to be two.
Do you want to cook two or do you want to put one up?
I'll cook them both.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. Because I think they'll both be eating. Maybe Dawn will be here for it, you know what I'm saying?
Alright guys, so what I'm going to first start with is I want to start with my wet or my sauces. Not everybody's a big fan of yellow mustard, but you're going to want to use it. It's a very good tenderizer. So we're just going to get and put it on there. Hoping I have enough. Mom, I might have just had enough. And you just want to rub that around as much of it as you can on every side of your meat. And on the inside slits that you made. I like the smell of mustard. Mom? Alright guys, and then once you get that in the way where you feel comfortable, just get it back to where you have your slits. So, and then you can rinse your hands or gloves if you're doing what I'm doing. Now we're going to come over to our barbecue, which you can use personal preference on the barbecue. I'm using Kroger brand Sweet and Tangy. And you just want to do the same. Pour it on your meat. And then we're going to help it out, rub it in. This is going to be, that's where it's going to go, Mom. On my YouTube channel. Looking pretty good. And then the same, guys, once you get that to where you feel comfortable with, you think you got enough barbecue and enough mustard and all that, once you get it to where you're comfortable with the way it looks and smells, and turn it back over to our slit. And once again, wash your hands again. And this is where you can use whatever you like. I'm going to use the spices that I prefer, which I'm actually, Mom, I think I'm going to go hands-on this one. No, not really. So we're going to start out with some Famous Dave's rib rub. I know this isn't rib, but it's got a good seasoning and a good flavor. So we're just gonna pour that on there. And then this is like my favorite spice, which is red pepper. And did that for a little kick. And we're gonna put that on there. I don't have much, but we'll do that. We're gonna take chives and put this in a bowl. You don't want to put this on your meat yet. And also you have basil, and do the same thing with that. Just put that in a bowl. You don't want to use it yet because this is going to be like the last spices. And we also have a rosemary that we're going to put in that same mix. And just leave those in your bowl. Just let them sit there with nothing on them, nothing in them, nothing like that. Just let them sit there. We're going to take our salt, because you have to have salt. This is just regular kosher salt, pepper. My pepper will come out. My pepper is plenty hard to get, so we'll use the other pepper. It's just the same stuff, it's just a different bottle. Now you want to be careful with your black pepper because you can overdo it, and you don't want to overdo black pepper because it's a very strong flavor. This is this is Kroger brand. It's called Meat Tenderizer. It's literally called that, and it's got a good flavor. So we'll use some of that. This is garlic powder. We're going to use some of this. This is called Italian seasoning. We're going to use this. And last up, some paprika for some color. And then we're going to take and go hands on again and start moving that around and getting that mixed in our meat, getting it everywhere. And you want to put a little bit more force than you did for your wet sauces on this part. You really want to mix it around in there. And now, the only difference on this, guys, is we're going to, instead of flip it back over to where our cuts are, we're going to keep it cut down. So where we put our slits with our steak knife, we're going to keep that down this time. Wash our hands again. So great. Can't even edit. And then for this part, this is the part where we go and you're going to want dry hands for this. I'm just going to get one more glove. I'm not going to need both hands. And this is the part where we're going to go get our rosemary and basil and sprinkle that on that dry side where there's no spices or anything like that. Or the side that doesn't have the slits that I told you guys we're going to leave. Then as soon as your bowl is fairly empty, just drop that in the sink, put a little water in it, and then go back to getting those last and final spices mixed into that meat. And guys, I forgot to mention, this is going to be, you're not going to want to cook this tonight. You're going to want to let it marinate and soak. And that way it's really good tomorrow. And I'm going to put mine on, what time is it? I'm going to put mine on at about 12 tomorrow. Let them both just smoke for 4 or 5 hours. And on slow flame. And so it should be pretty good. Other than that, guys, it's been the KY Beast. Keep it 100.